Is HYBE truly hiding something from the public? Why did Jungkook finally decide to speak up for Jimin, who is trying to control the narrative behind the scenes of the world's biggest K-pop industry? And is this a sign that BTS members are not entirely free to talk about the reality behind the spotlight? When the name BTS is mentioned, the public associates it with success, global fame, and seemingly perfect harmony. However, in recent weeks, shocking news has continued to emerge, sparking suspicion and concern among armies and industry observers. Speculations have spread since rumors surfaced that Jimin was under immense pressure during his military service, followed by accusations that management, HYBE labels, actively tried to suppress the issue from the public eye. What makes it even more heated is when Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS who is usually quiet and maintains a good image, suddenly gave signals that he could no longer stay silent. A clip from an old interview that resurfaced and went viral on social media showed Jungkook saying, "I will always be on Jimin's side, even if the world doesn't understand." And that statement is now seen as an early sign that something major has been hidden all along. A big question arises. Why was such a statement never given context by HYBE? Is there really something being kept from the public? Public suspicion grew stronger when Jimin suddenly became absent from several official military events and was even missing from broadcasts or official documentation. Armies, known for their sharp observation, quickly noticed Jimin's absence from several photos and videos that normally included all enlisted members. This triggered speculation that there was a condition or event that was being deliberately concealed. Some unofficial reports even claimed that Jimin was secretly hospitalized in a military hospital due to mental health issues caused by overwhelming pressure. However, none of these claims were confirmed by HYBE, and this became the source of outrage for some fans. They felt that the truth was being tightly controlled to protect the company's image and stabilize stock prices, which heavily rely on the artists' reputations. Tensions escalated when Jungkook posted a series of subtle messages through his personal social media. In one seemingly casual live stream, he spontaneously said, "You don't know everything, but if you believe in us, stay here. I hope someday everything can be revealed." This sentence triggered a wave of speculation and even caused hashtags like #ProtectJimin and #HYBTruthExposed to trend globally for several days. Industry critics began to raise their voices, questioning whether an agency as large as HYBE has the power to control media narratives and restrict information that is actually important to the public. They pointed out how the company seems to have absolute control over any information surrounding their artists, and how the BTS members, despite being at the top of the world, can still fall victim to a system that prioritizes profit over individual well-being. A former production staff member who worked on a BTS documentary project, Identity Withheld, gave a shocking statement to a Korean media outlet. "I once saw how some important things said by the members were ultimately left out of the broadcast. There's internal censorship, especially when it comes to mental health or relationships among them." And Jimin, at that time, looked very exhausted. If this is true, the big question becomes, what really happened to Jimin, and why hasn't HYBE spoken about it? Is it fear of damaging investor confidence? Or is there an internal conflict that forces the company to withhold all information? Jungkook, who usually serves as a cheerful and balancing presence, is now at the center of attention due to his subtle actions that are perceived as a silent form of protest. In an interview conducted before his military service, he said, "There are times I feel I can't say everything, but I hope our fans know we protect each other, especially Jimin and I." That statement has now become the main topic of discussion in international forums. Many believe that the bond between Jungkook and Jimin is not just ordinary friendship, but something deeply emotional, to the point where when one is hurt, the other feels the need to protect, even if it means going against an institution as powerful as HYBE. Several armies have begun organizing open campaigns, urging HYBE to clarify Jimin's condition. They feel they deserve the truth, not just as fans, but as a community that has supported BTS for more than a decade. On the other hand, HYBE remains silent. There has been no official statement confirming or denying the growing speculations. Yet their silence only raises more questions. Is this part of a strategy to wait until the situation cools down? Or are they truly unprepared to face the consequences of revealing the truth? Even more shocking is the rumor that Jungkook once made a special request to the agency to clarify Jimin's condition to the public, but the request was denied. If this rumor proves true, it could spark a major fire that could shake HYBE's stability and even the Korean entertainment industry as a whole. Now, all eyes are on one point. Will Jungkook speak out more explicitly again? And if he does, will it be the beginning of a massive revelation of a system that has long silenced artists under the guise of professionalism? This article is not written to spread baseless theories, but to reflect the anxiety and disappointment now felt among fans. The truth must be revealed not for sensation, but for justice for individuals who have worked endlessly under pressures not always visible. If it's true that HYBE is hiding something about Jimin, and if it's true that Jungkook is now slowly trying to voice that truth, then the world deserves to know. Because truth is not something that can be hidden forever, and a sincere voice, like Jungkook's, will ultimately be the loudest one heard. So the question rises again. How much longer does the public have to wait for the truth about Jimin? And will HYBE finally answer, or continue to remain silent? However, after further investigation by various independent media outlets, including official statements from HYBE and clarification from military representatives where Jimin is currently stationed, no strong evidence has been found to support the accusations that HYBE deliberately hid the truth or attempted to suppress the issue regarding Jimin's condition. In fact, several reports indicate that Jimin is currently in good condition and performing his duties according to standard procedures. Jungkook himself has never made a public statement directly referring to pressure on Jimin or accusations against HYBE. The viral video clip previously seen as Jungkook defending Jimin turned out to be part of an old interview, edited and misinterpreted out of context. When verified, the agency confirmed that there is no internal conflict or effort to conceal information. It must be acknowledged that the emergence of rumors and emotional narratives on social media often stirs public emotions, especially when it involves an idol as big as BTS. However, in this case, the circulating information was largely based on speculation without concrete evidence. Fans are urged to be more critical when receiving information and not be easily provoked by clickbait headlines designed to create controversy. In conclusion, the accusations against HYBE regarding covering up Jimin's condition are not proven true. There is no factual data supporting this narrative, and Jungkook's involvement, as previously reported, turns out to be a one-sided interpretation. While fans' concerns are understandable, it's important to prioritize verification and caution in consuming information, especially in this digital era full of narrative manipulation driven by sensationalism.